Hi guys, and welcome back to Addie's Book Nook, where we find your perfect grade. Today, we'll be talking on the book Fake Skating, which is my soon-to-be published audiobook, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. In the last episode, we spoke on the romantic tension between Alec and Danny and the suspense of what would happen and if they would get into the finals at the hockey game. After rereading this novel, I truly am blown away about how much emotion is presented and how much of that we feel as the readers. I think the theme that is presented in this book is do not be afraid to show your emotions, and you shouldn't be afraid to always ask for help. I also think another reoccurring message is it's okay to feel hurt, but holding on to that hurt doesn't do anything. Well, we'll just hop right in it, and today I will be giving you guys a sneak peek at what my audiobook will be like, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am because today we will be reading about the climax. Well, I think we should just jump right in because today we'll be reading from chapter 43, so this will be a roller coaster of emotion. So starting off, chapter 43, this is from Danny's perspective. I was quietly slipping my feet into my boots when my mom came out of her room and stopped in her tracks. "Where are you going?" She looked down at her watch. "At 6:45 in the morning." There was no way for me to lie, especially when I was wearing my coat, hat, and gloves, and my hand was literally on the doorknob. I have to go talk to Benji about something before he leaves for practice," I said, as if it made any sense whatsoever. "You guys are friends now?" she asked, looking shocked. "Not really, but it's a whole thing," I said vaguely, wanting her to let it go, needing to get out of there quickly. "Well, I'm glad you're up, because we need to talk about this whole thing with your father," she said, looking more serious than usual, which was fair and unsurprising. "Did you know he was coming, honey?" she asked. "Please not yet. I need to deal with one nightmarish situation before moving on to the next." No," I said, shaking my head. "Listen, I have to go do this before Benji leaves to practice. Can we talk about this when I come back?" She sighed. "Fine. I have to run to Nolan's house because we're completely out of sugar. But as soon as I get back from the store, we're hashing this out." "Thank you," I said, throwing open the door and running down all the deck stairs. It was barely light out as I went around the garage and crept through the bushes that separated our yards. I wasn't exactly excited to wake up Benji's dad as I rang the doorbell, but I was too desperate to let common courtesy stop me. This was an emergency. But the door opened more immediately after I ran, and Benji was standing there all dressed in his St. John's Academy hoodie and joggers, like he was about to leave. And whoa, his face. He definitely had a black eye, and his nose did not look good. It was swollen and kind of looked like a potato head nose. My stomach was dippy as I looked at him, and I wasn't sure if it was because his face was kind of gross to look at, or because his face was hard evidence that it could be used against Alec. "Danny?" "Yeah, I'm surprised to be here too." "Can I talk to you for a sec, Ben?" I asked, looking behind him to see if his dad was in the room. "He's not here," Ben said. "Come on in." I followed him inside, crossing my arms, having no idea where to start. "What's up?" he said as he shut the door, but we both knew this had to do with his face and what happened the night before. I took a deep breath and tried to come up with some clever argument, but then just blurted, "Please don't go to the police, Ben." He opened his mouth, but I held up a hand. "I know you two hate each other, but I'm sure this seems like a good idea. He shouldn't have hate you, but he was trying in his own way to defend me, so I feel irresponsible." I was talking fast, but he just watched me calmly. I had no idea what he was thinking. "You didn't deserve to be attacked, but I'm begging you. As a friend, I've known you my entire life." I looked into his eyes and prayed he have to hear me about this. "Can you please pretend this didn't happen?" "How exactly would I do that?" he asked, pointing towards his battered face. "I mean, you're a hockey player," I said. "If you just allude to the fact that you got into a scuffle." No, I'm not letting Bersawick off the hook on this, Danny," he said, shaking his head. "But don't you see that this could ruin his future? He did this to me, not me." He snapped, his eyes narrowing. "And don't you see how wrong it is if he's able to have this way and still get everything he wanted?" "I mean, I can't see how it might feel that way," I forced myself to say, loathing him for being so vindictive. "No, it is exactly that way. I'll be honest, the idea of him flaming out and failing doesn't make me sad. I'd freaking love it. But I don't do anything to make this happen. He is a low-class hothead who chose to come after me." "Please," I said, feeling perilously close to tears. "I'm begging, Benji, please don't." "Ben," he snapped. "Ben, come on," I said, fully panicked. "And trust me, he won't be getting everything he's ever wanted." "Yes, he will," he said, and it was obvious that was all he cared about. What can I do, Ben? I blinked fast because I didn't want to cry, but I could tell he was failing and I was terrified. Please tell me what I can do to convince you. There's no... Actually, his eyes narrowed as he looked at me, like a villain hatching a plan before my very eyes. My heart was in my throat when he said, "Oh, there is something." "What is it?" I asked. "Nothing illegal. Relax," he said, smirking like it was funny. "But if you don't want to meet a filed charges, you need to end things with him." "What?" I looked at his stupid facial and broken face and couldn't believe I heard that right. You couldn't be telling me to break up with Alec. That wasn't possible, right? But he nodded and looked happy all of a sudden, like he was excited. "You've been here a minute, so it's not like I'm asking you to divorce your husband. And he's going to juniors as soon as he graduates, so you won't be together for long anyway." He really was more of a tool than I'd ever thought he could be. But why would you want this? He might have had a crush on me when we were kids, but I could tell now he didn't. So this didn't make any sense. "Because you are actually the only thing he's always wanted," he said with a casual shrug. "It's perfect." "No, I'm not, and this is ridiculous," I said, my stomach as heavy as I felt nauseous, because I could tell he meant it. "He's seriously demanding I break up with Alec." "It's ridiculously simple," he said. "You break up with him, and this goes away. If you don't, I'm filing a report." It felt like my heart was shattering when I looked at this real-life villain because he was dead serious, and I didn't have a choice. He really was the a-hole Alec had always said he was. But I'd seen the fear in Alec's eyes when he realized he might have jeopardized his chance to be the anchor for his family. And for the whole dang town, I never wanted to see that look again. So there was only one thing for me to do. I had to break up with Alec. And that concludes our chapter. In this chapter, Danny really showed just how much she truly did care for Alec. After their relationship started as a fake relationship and leading to this, it truly does show how much their feelings have grown for each other, and especially in this chapter, Danny's. But now we must ask ourselves, how will this affect how Alec will play the game if Danny breaks up with him? And what will his reaction be? And will Benji get his way? In this specific book, we see so much emotion displayed and just all the tensions and the line. And with every chapter, I feel I'm getting more and more engaged. Now, this is the time to act. This audiobook will be gone faster than you can say lickety split. And I think that you should pre-order right now. So this is your time. Pre-order before all your friends, and remember to subscribe to Addie's Book Nook so we can find your perfect read.